Namaste to one and all. Welcome to my channel. Today's our topic is federalism. What makes India a federal country and what are the power sharing arrangements in India? It is a general topic. At the same time, in the 10th standard CBSE syllabus, it is included. I am taking according to the CBSE textbooks and some extra information also I am giving. And focus on 10th standard CBSE textbook. That is last parts of the federalism I have already uploaded, where we have learned the features of federalism, what is federalism, features of federalism, coming to the federalism, holding to the federalism, etc. And now the main question is what makes India a federal country. And here what are the power sharing arrangements in India. In the textbook it is written power share arrangements in our country. What are the power sharing arrangements? And here we can see that the Constitution of India, the Constitution declared India as a union of states. This Constitution has declared India as a union of states. It has not used the word federalism. But Indian Union is based on the principle of federalism. The Indian Union is based on the principle of federalism, and when we see the features of federalism, I told you have learned the features of federalism. And what are the major features of federalism? We are having 2 or more levels of government, different types of government we are having. They are ruling the same citizens, but they are having separate specific jurisdiction regarding their government. And if we are having a constitution, and unilaterally one level of government cannot change the constitution, that is one level of government alone cannot make the changes in the constitution, and there is a court, and the court will interpret the laws, and the sources of revenue also clearly mentioned in the constitution. And it is based on 2 major objectives, that is safeguard and promote the unity of the country, and at the same time it should accommodate the regional diversity. So when we go through the 7 features, India is already achieved a federal form of government. More about it, we can see that when the constitution was introduced in India, that is, how many days it has taken the constitution? That is 2 years, 11 months and 7 days. 299 members were there in the Constituent Assembly. And the 299 members were to framework the constitution, and it came into effect on January 26, 1950. We have seen that we have satisfied the 7 features. Then more about it, here we can see that we are having a 2-tier system of government. Later, Panchayat Raj amendment and Nagarapalika bills, Panchayat Raj bill and Nagarapalika bills, according to that we got a 3rd-tier system also. And we are having 3-fold distribution powers among union and states. 3-fold distribution means horizontal power sharing, and 3-tier system means vertical power sharing. So we are having 3-fold distribution powers. 3-fold distribution powers means legislature, executive, judiciary at the center, and legislature, executive and judiciary among the states. And now how India makes a federal country, we can see that we are having 3 lists. According to 3 lists, the subjects are entrusted to central government, state government, and both the central and the state governments. That is subjects. Subjects means departments. What are the main things? Subjects, that is the departments, are entrusted to central government that come under the union list. Those important, the national important things, subjects will come under the union list, because there should be a uniform policy on the matters. Uniform policy on the matters throughout the country. Issue of currency, defense, foreign affairs, banking, communication. That is written in the textbook. That only I have written here. So in the CBSE 10th standard textbook it is mentioned. That is why I have given only that much only here, that come under the central list or the union list. Then moving to the state list, this contains the subjects of state and local importance. Subjects of state and local importance. Subjects of states and local importance: police, trade, commerce, agriculture and irrigation. Then coming to the concurrent list, subjects of common interest both at the center and the states. That is, subjects of common interest to both the union government and the state government come under the concurrent list. What are they? Education, forest, trade union, marriage, adoption and succession come under the major things, subjects come under the concurrent list. In the question paper, most often we have seen two examples, right? Two examples which come under the union list or state list or concurrent list. That way the questions can vary. Then those subjects which are not mentioned in the constitution, that is, when those subjects, the subjects that came up after constitution was made, the subjects that came up after constitution was made come under the category of residuary subjects. And the residuary subjects, example, computer software, and all the things regarding cyber crime, it will come under the residuary subjects, and residuary subjects are controlled by the central government. And here of course something in general we can see. I told you there are 299 members were to draft the constitution, and it took 2 years, 11 months and 7 days to complete the constitution. And when the constitution was initially installed, there was 395 articles, 22 parts and 8 schedules. And later, now it is 448 articles and 25 parts and 12 schedules we are having in our constitution. That is updates. 448 articles, earlier 395 articles, and earlier 22 parts, now it is 25 parts. Earlier 8 schedules were there, now there are 12 schedules are there. Then while we move, there comes what about some exceptions about the constitution, what about the central list, what about the state list and concurrent list. In the textbook, next paragraph, it is telling about the exceptions regarding Jammu and Kashmir, and Jammu and Kashmir is enjoying some special power. And this paragraph, anyway, coming to that on August 5th, 2019, 370, the article named 370, 300 is, that is 370, that is abrogation or repeal, or the India government has cancelled the article 370. Because of the 370 article, Jammu and Kashmir was enjoying some special power. That is, Jammu and Kashmir was enjoying some special powers, and now you know that has been repealed on 5th August 2019. So whatever in the textbook written, that is previous case. So if any question come about that, whatever in the textbook you can write, but at the same time you can write about what is the changes happened, that only. And most often the CBSE asks what is written in the textbook that you have to write, that only, that you can write. And here this is a special case you can mention. If you anyway, you just understand article 370. The word used is abrogation of 370 article, and Jammu and Kashmir is not enjoying the special status. I think no, that type of a question rarely will occur. I'm not so sure anyway. I'm just mentioning what is written in the textbook, that is Jammu and Kashmir is enjoying a power, enjoying a special status. Then normally, in a general way, you can see that whether other states are also enjoying, some other states are also enjoying this type, that is 371. But I am not mentioning about that now here. Just focus on the textbook lines. Yes, this is about what makes India a federal country. Next we can learn what about the union territory. What is meant by a union territory. So now we are learning about what makes India a federal country. Let us move to union territories. It is also this portion also the part of how India becomes a federal form of country. Then there are some units of the Indian Union which enjoy very little power. That is, some areas of Indian Union are enjoying very little power. So it cannot be considered as a state. Why? Because areas which are too small to become an independent state. The area is very small, so that is why it cannot form as an Indian state. And at the same time, it cannot be, that is, it could not be merged with any of the existing state. So a small area, it is too small. That is why it cannot form as an independent state, and at the same time, because of certain reasons, that area cannot be merged with the existing state. So what happens? They do not have power, they do not enjoy the powers of the state, so the central government having special powers to run that particular area. So central government is running those area under its control, and it is not enjoying the status of state. So that is meant by union territory. Then I told you what about how many articles are there, how many schedules are there, how many parts are there in our constitution. And here this about the constitution, how many times the constitution has changed, or how whatever written in the constitution, what are the laws written in the constitution, whether the central government can change or whether the state government can change the guidelines or the articles written in the constitution. No, one single level of government cannot change the constitution. How it is changed, that is Parliament, both the house, the Parliament should have 2/3 majority. 2/3 majority should pass that particular bill, then only the change can be done. So in the constitution, if the constitution, they want to make the changes in the constitution by the central government or the state government, we can see that it should be passed by both the houses. That is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha of the Parliament, 2/3 majority. 2/3 majority means 545 members. Okay, I will tell you in an easy way. Suppose 300 members are there in a house. It should have that is more than 201. As majority it should obtain, then we can say 2/3 majority, or 200 seats. 200 seats that particular house is getting, that is meant by 2/3 majority. Simple majority means 151. 300 members are there, 150 is the correct half. So we can see that more than 50 members. But here 2/3 majority of the both houses should pass that particular bill. Bill can be passed, then only it will become an act and it can be amended. So it can be amended. Then, but that is about the Parliament. Center is concerned. What the states about 50% of the states should agree with that particular. That is, it should be ratified by 50% of the states. That means we are having 28 states and 8 union territories we are having. And if 28 states, 14 states should agree with that particular change, then only this constitution, whatever article they want to change, that can be changed. We are having 28 states and 8 union territories. So we told about the union territories, that we are having 8 union territories we are having. And so this is about the amendment that also come under the federal form of government. At last, coming to that page, the last paragraph, it tells about judiciary is playing an important role regarding the constitution. That is the constitution, the provisions of the constitution and the procedures of the constitution, and high court and supreme court is handling the disputes between the central government and the state governments, or between the state governments. That is the court is playing an important role. Court will interpret the constitution. That is, what is written in the constitution is having wider meaning. Those who studied the law only can interpret that. Then, and union and state governments have the power to raise resources. Central government can raise resources. State governments can also raise resources by levying taxes, by imposing taxes, and in order to carry on their responsibilities. This much written in that page that I have explained. Okay, so this is about what about the federal form of government. What is the federal form of government? How India can be taken as a feature of the federal form of government. Okay children, now we have seen what makes India a federal country, and about this chapter I have uploaded already 4 parts. This is the 5th part. Those links I will put in the description box. And one more thing I want to tell you again, that we are having 28 states and 8 union territories. Among 8 union territories, the Jammu and Kashmir, that status of state has been repealed. Now we are having Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir, Chandigarh, Delhi, then Dadra, Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu together. Then Pondicherry, then Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep. That is how we are having 8 union territories. Okay, learn thoroughly, systematically you learn. Thank you children.